Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio, this is SGTV News 4.
Good evening, everyone. Our top story tonight. This year, the University of South Carolina will not have a traditional spring break. In an email from University Administrator of Capstone, Katie Zimmerly, she told students, "We have just been informed the university will not be conducting a traditional spring break week." University spokesperson Jeff Stinsland responded to this in email by saying, "No final decision has been made, and a final decision will likely come in November."
President Trump is back in the White House. At 6:30 p.m. today, the president left the Walter Reed Military Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, after spending the weekend there battling COVID-19. President Trump took to Twitter earlier and tweeted, quote, "I feel better than I did 20 years ago." First Lady Melania Trump also tweeted earlier today expressing her gratitude for all of the prayers and support. Earlier today, it was announced that despite testing negative every day since Thursday, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany has tested positive for COVID-19 and is asymptomatic. Vice President Mike Pence and the Second Lady Karen Pence have both tested negative for COVID-19. Vice President Pence is scheduled to debate Democratic vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris on Wednesday at 9 p.m. in Salt Lake City, Utah.
With the number of COVID-19 cases in South Carolina declining, dining rooms of restaurants are now able to go back to full capacity. Governor Henry McMaster announced this on Friday, and it is now in effect. However, it is not a requirement that restaurants open their dining rooms to 100%, and they can remain at a lower capacity if they wish to. Masks are still required inside any restaurant until you sit down to eat, and safety precautions will still be required. However, while dining rooms are open for business, as McMaster stated, bars will still have to abide with no more alcoholic beverage sales until after 11 p.m.
With under a month until the election, in-person absentee voting began today in South Carolina. According to election officials, 10,000 voters have already cast their ballots. In Richland County, lines were long and some voters waited for several hours to cast their ballots. All 6 locations for in-person absentee voting in Richland County will be open by October 7th. In-person absentee voting will continue until November 2nd at 5 p.m. and mail-in ballots must be requested by 5 p.m. on October 24th and are due by Election Day on November 3rd at 7 p.m. And Lydia, definitely an interesting month ahead as we head into Election Day, and certainly a great opportunity for all to have the chance to get out and vote.
Oh yeah, of course, and with so many out-of-state students, those absentee ballots are so important in this election cycle, and it will be very interesting to see what the outcome is, Kendall. After the break, we'll have Bryce Flynn with your weekly weather.
Good evening, I'm Spencer Buckler. Coming up tonight, for years, the minimum age tomorrow, the World Health Organization, there have been a reported 916 flu.
A study from the National Academy of Medicine
Sam
states
Turley and staffers here at the Big.
Many members of the Carolina community.
Hip Hop Wednesday is a culture phenomenon here at the University.
Chief Meteorologist Bryce Flynn here. We're going to jump right in with our weather headlines. To begin, we're going to have a sunny and clear day tomorrow with a slight jump in temperatures on Wednesday up in the upper 70s. That'll continue to Thursday, but will cool down a little bit into Friday with some possible rain, and even cooler days are ahead for the weekend. So as of today, the temperatures are fairly cool throughout the South Carolina. We are at 73 in Greenville, in Rock Hill, and in Greenwood. If we move down here to the Midlands, we're at 75 in Florence, Sumter, Orangeburg, and Aiken. In Columbia, we're a little bit warmer at 76. Along the coast, a little cooler in Myrtle Beach at 73, 77 in Charleston, and 75 in Hilton Head. For our high temperature trend for the week, this is what I was talking about. We're kind of dancing around that average of 78 for this time of year. Tomorrow we'll be right on it at 78, jump up a little bit Wednesday and Thursday, both at 84. Then we're going to dip way down to 75 on Friday, into Saturday a little cooler at 73, and then on Sunday we're going to jump a little bit higher up into 77. Right now in Columbia we are at 69 degrees. With not much wind out there, only 1 mile per hour. Humidity fairly dry out there, a relative humidity of 71%. It's slightly cloudy, some clouds floating around out there. Local time 7:12. Our sunset was at 7:02. For our weather this week, this is what I was saying earlier, a little bit of jump in temperatures Wednesday and Thursday, but tomorrow it'll be clear and sunny at 78, 84 on Wednesday with some clear skies, mostly sunny on Thursday, some clouds floating around out there at 84. 75 on Friday with the rain showing up, and then some more showers possible on Saturday at 73 and Sunday at 77. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome to What's Going On.
Welcome to Friday Morning Live.
I'm Caitlin Ashbaugh and this is News Wrap, where we highlight this
Behind every great news
Down
organization
here to Columbia,
is a team.
99, highest in the state.
Welcome to Carolina Calendar, coming to you from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
A team of producers. A team of anchors.
Janelle Burton for armed robbery.
Earlier this week, rumors stirred that President Kaslan was looking to
Reporters.
Why they chose to participate in such a worthy cause.
Fall of 2022. But behind me, residents.
It's one of the most well-known traditions on campus.
From the tiger burn to playing the sand.
But we're not just a team.
This is like my life in the future.
I know.
Bored now for the first day of fall.
We're a family.
I love game day.
No one keeps you closer.
Welcome back. I'm Cade Crenshaw with your sports update. Still looking for their first win of the season, South Carolina traveled to Florida on Saturday to take on the third-ranked Gators. Down by 14 points with just under 8 minutes left, the Gamecocks needed to drive down the field and score fast if they wanted a chance at a comeback. But the Gamecocks would do just the opposite. South Carolina finished the game on an 18-play drive that covered 74 yards, but the Gamecocks left just 48 seconds on the clock and came away with no points on the drive as they fell 38-24. Catherine Berry may just be a freshman at South Carolina, but she's making her impact heard across the SEC. For the second straight week, Berry has been named SEC Freshman of the Week after she scored the game-winning goal in the Gamecocks' 1-0 win over Kentucky on Sunday. Berry's in a tie for first place for goals scored in the SEC as the Gamecocks take on Vanderbilt in Nashville coming up this Sunday. And finally tonight, the Carolina Panthers took down the Arizona Cardinals 31-21 on Sunday to get to 500 for the first time this season. Teddy Bridgewater had 2 touchdowns through the air and 1 on the ground, and former Gamecock running back Mike Davis finished up with 84 rushing yards and a score. The Panther season continues next Sunday in Atlanta against the Falcons. And Kendall, it looks like the Panthers may have righted the ship in Carolina up in Charlotte, but the Gamecocks maybe not so much.
Certainly a disappointing weekend for the Gamecocks. Great weekend, though, for the Carolina Panthers, and I am from Charlotte, so we love to see that. Also hoping that South Carolina is able to get things back on track as they head to Nashville this upcoming weekend to take on Vanderbilt. But thank you so much, Cade, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SGTV News 4 to keep up to date on all things USC. For SGTV News 4, I'm Kendall Smith.
And I'm Cade Crenshaw. Have a great week, Carolina. Forever to thee.